Okay guys, welcome back in for the mixing of the Ayurvedic shampoo for the next Ayurvedic wash day. And I'm going to be using Shikakai, Amla, and Aretha, and there'll be benefits listed down below for all of them. But for just to name a few, Shikakai is good for strengthening the hair. It helps cleanse your hair. It also adds shine to it and helps with shedding as well. Amla powder, you guys know that's one of my favorites. It is very antioxidant. It is high in vitamin C. It makes your hair darker. I add it to all of my henna mixes. And then we have Aretha powder, which is essentially made from whole soap nuts, which is a natural cleanser. And that's why I'm adding it to this shampoo. Now in this container is 8 ounces of liquid, and in that liquid I have already brought it to a boil for about 5 minutes, and inside of it is 2 bags of the marshmallow root tea already strained, and also 2 tea bags of organic green tea is added to this mixture. And once this mixture has set for a minimum of 3 to 5 hours, once I drain the liquid off of the powders, I will add Clary sage for growth and antifungal, antibacterial. And I will also add peppermint because I love peppermint in everything for stimulating my scalp. So I'm going to get started adding the powders into each of these. Let this sit, and then this is the liquid portion that I will add to the clays and also the apple cider vinegar and some oil. So I'm going to go ahead and add the powders up next. Okay, I changed the angle of the lens so you guys can see the powders going into it. The teas, I'm going to put in 2 teaspoons of each one of these powders, and then I'm going to whisk it all together, heaping teaspoons. Since this is a cleanser, I don't want it to be too lightweight. The first I just put in was the Aretha powder. Next is going to be 2 teaspoons or heaping teaspoons of the Amla. 1, 2. And if I need to, I'll add more distilled water to this as well. And then next up is 2 teaspoons of the Shikakai powder, which I have finally figured out how to get that tongue roll out for Shikakai powder. Okay, that's 2 teaspoons of that, and let me get a little whisk. I'm just going to mix the powders in. Now you can always put this into your hair as is. You don't have to strain the herbs out, but you take a chance on, of course, having some of the herbs left in your hair. Now I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but there is some suds. That frothing and the suds that you see is from the natural cleanser of the Aretha powder. Now when you apply it to your hair, you will not, let me stop whisking. When you apply it to your hair, you won't get those suds. You may get a little bit, but not really noticeable. This is a very, very gentle cleanser. I have used it several times in my hair, and it's not stripping. It's actually very moisturizing, especially if you put oils inside of it, which I will be doing. This is, however, the first time that I'll be adding this to the Green Beauty clay. I want to see if the clay and everything rinses out cleaner. Also, as other alternatives to mixing clay into this, you can also put Castile soap into this as well to get you more of a cleansing effect with these herbs. Okay, guys, so stay tuned and I'll... Okay, it's been a good 4 hours, and I am going to go ahead and drain off the liquid from the herbs, and you still see the froth from the bubble still there. I am using a cone coffee filter to see if it can catch most of the sediment. So let's see. Then I'm probably going to have to work this around. Oh, it's draining a little bit into there. And considering it's not running directly down in there, the sediment is blocking the things. Okay, guys, yes, it's not draining through the cone strainer. It's just dripping, one drip at a time. So I'm going to try pouring this through the cheesecloth and see what I get. I'm probably going to have to squeeze the cheesecloth. See what we get here. Yep. I'm going to have to squeeze the cheesecloth. Yep, there we go. You can still see the bubbles though. Okay, it is all strained out, and this is what I ended up with. Still's got the suds in it, and that is probably a good, let me see, a good still 8 ounces of fluid. I added a little bit more water to it, and what I'm going to do is put this over in a mason jar because I am not going to mix the clay with this tonight. I'm going to mix the clay tomorrow when I get ready to do my hair. And this is just a little mason jar that holds 8 ounces of fluids. Okay guys, I put it over into a mason jar, and you can see the suds inside from the aretha powder. And I'm going to mix it with the clay in the morning and get ready for my wash day. Stay tuned. Okay guys, this is just extra. I just want to show you what happens when you apply water to this mixture. See the bubbles? That is from the soap nuts. Alright, moving on to the next step. We are going to mix up the clay that's going to be mixed in with the DIY Ayurvedic shampoo. Okay, so this is the Green Beauty recipe, and I'm just substituting the water portion for the shampoo. So I'm going to start off with adding the 4 ounces, or I'm going to use, turn on my scale, and I'm going to put in maybe 2 ounces first. A little over 2.5 ounces of the shampoo. And then I'm going to stir it into the clay and see what I get. I want this kind of runny as always. Okay, put the apple cider vinegar in. Yep, it's going to be a nice loose consistency. See if I can pick it up so you guys can see it a little better. Okay, now that is mixed, and I'll let it sit, and the clumps will break up as it's sitting. I'm going to add a little bit of avocado oil because it's a penetrating oil and my hair loves it. I'm just going to eyeball it, and it's probably going to be about a tablespoon. Yep. And stir that in, and that's going to help with the moisturizing properties of this blend. Stir it in real good. And then I'm going to put in the essential oils. This is the peppermint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And since I've already taken off the cap to my Clary sage, I'm just going to use my dropper for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And maybe a little extra. And set those off. And that is the clay mix. I'm just up so you can see it. And that is the mixing of the Ayurvedic shampoo and the clay together. The clay mix. So stay tuned for the wash day, guys. It's coming up in the next video.